Oh, hi. I'm going to show you how to make a prayer shawl. You can call it comfort shawl, prayer shawl. I make these little bags. I sew these bags. I just use a ribbon. I cut just a slit, and this is a polyester knit type of fabric. I'm going to make another one with cotton, so now I'm going to have to fold over the edges where the knit you don't have to. Just sew down, and I just get ribbon and put it in, and they can tie it up like this. And what I do is then I put a card or something, I make these angels that I put in. I also keep whatever type of yarn that I make. I keep the sleeve, and I put it in here so they know what it was made out of in case they have allergies or for cleaning purposes. And then I give this, a lot of times I give these at funerals or somebody's sick, just a comfort shawl. So this takes one skein, and I'll just show you what it looks like when I'm finished with it. Very simple. It has tassels, triangle like this, okay, a netted shawl, so you can put it over. You see it wraps around very well. And let me tell you, I've given this to a couple friends. I've made for them when they lost a parent, and I put it in the, went to a funeral, had my basket, put it in the gave it to them at the funeral with a card inserted into the bag, and my prayer shawl and a nice little note. And you know how many have come back to me and told me thank you so much. It brings them so much comfort. They wear it when they think about the person that they lost. Some of them wear it when they pray. Just depends what you give it for. So this is my prayer shawl in this bag. So let me show you how I do this. I'm gonna go to the tassel, and let's go back. Okay, I've been using Karen Simply Soft yarn. This is about 6.5 ounces of yarn. It takes a whole skein of this. Let me look. This one is, 6 ounces, 315 yards. Okay, you're going to need it. I tried doing it with one with the smaller balls, and you need it. You can't put tassels. But I got this at Walmart on sale. A couple years ago, they had it for like $1, $2 a skein, and I bought like 50 of them because I figured I can make 50 shawls in a couple years maybe. So I like this type of yarn because it's nice and soft. And so I have the gray one also. So what I do to make the tassels, I found this board in something that I had, a cardboard. It's 6 inches. So what you do is you're just going to go like this, and then this is just to make your tassels, and I just wrap it around. Just keep wrapping, and you make a whole bunch because you're going to need quite a bit. So when you're making your shawls, stop when you're like, you got some yarn left, or your shawl is big enough. Just stop, and then go ahead and you gotta save some for your tassel. And I don't know how many tassels you're gonna need, how many you want to put in it or anything. Then you're just gonna wrap it around. You're gonna cut. And on that one I showed you, I used three strands, and I went into every other one, and I thought that was good enough. This is just a prayer shawl, comfort shawl. And then when I have extra, I just store it in a Ziploc bag, because I just bought the same colors, because my prayer shawl is what I give to people that I know. So if you're going to make something like that you're going to give away or donate to the hospitals or churches, friends, I suggest you just buy all one same color. Find a yarn that you work with that's affordable, and buy one color. So you just keep going, and you're not wasting. You get into different colors, and then they don't make that color, they don't match, not worth it. So like I bought a whole bunch all at once, because it was really, really cheap. So last night I started this one. So I finished it already, and this was from that skein. I was finished, and I had this much left, so I had quite a bit left. So I can use this for a couple pairs of tassels. And then so it's big enough, okay. And then see, I go around, it wraps around, it'll wrap around nicely. And once I put my tassels on, it will make this look a lot bigger. Okay, so you got to remember that. So when you put your tassels, your shawl looks bigger. Now this is going to be easy. So you're going to get your yarn. You got to know how to crochet if you want to do this with me. So if you don't know, then go watch some videos on how to chain. You need to know how to make a single crochet and a double crochet. Pretty much that's all it is. And so what you're going to do is, okay, do you see this? These are two hooks. This one says it's an N, and I bought this one, and this says it's an N. I was using the only one I could find with this metal one, which is a boil. Okay, and I don't know what this one is. I think this is a Susan Bates. I got it at Walmart. This one is heavy because it's metal, and my hands get tired, okay, so using it. But it does, I think a heavy needle gives you, kind of gives you more control. You move a little slower. Now look at the difference though. I was like, really? This are both ends? I mean, this one looks so much bigger than the other, but it works good. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, if you look at your needles, you see how this one has the like rounded, more curvy in here, and then this one's more sharp. Sometimes certain yarns don't like this type of needle, and some yarns work better with this. That's why I have, when I have needles, my needles, I have this type, and I have this type in each size. Okay, because some yarns I gotta use this, some projects, and then some I use this. But pretty much I make my prayer shawls with the N. I started with a K, and it just took longer. This is just like a netted. It's not something to keep somebody warm. You know, it's more of a comfort. You don't want somebody to be, it's a, you know, when you're reading your Bible, or you just, you know, just want comfort. So you're gonna make a slip knot, and this is very easy, okay? You're gonna chain 5, 1, 2, very loosely, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got my chain 5. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a double crochet into this first one here. Okay, and I'm gonna do a double crochet into there, that first in your slip knot basically. Okay, make a double crochet. Then you're gonna chain 1. Okay, double crochet again in that same hole. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna double crochet again. Okay, so now I have 2. I was doing 3, but my shawls looked a little off, so I stopped now at this. So now what you're gonna do is chain 4. Remember this tail right here is the bottom of your short, the corner at the bottom of your back. Okay, so keep it down. Don't try to weave it in or anything, because that's kind of gonna let you know where you're at, because you can get twisted around on this. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, because the first 3 is your double crochet, and the chain 1 is your chain 1 that you're gonna, because you're always gonna have a chain 1 space. You got to flip this around, and you're gonna come back around. So now you see what this looks like. So now I'm gonna go into that first one where I had the chain, and I'm gonna make a double crochet in here. Okay, so I have 2 on the end. Okay, because this is what's gonna make it expand. Okay, so on each end you got to make sure you have 2 double crochets. If you do a row, you forgot to do a double crochet on one side, don't worry about it. You don't need to rip it all out. No, it won't even be noticeable. It really won't do anything to your shawl. After you look, you go, oh shoot, I forgot to, I only did 1, I didn't do 2. Don't worry about it. It won't destroy your design. You can't keep doing it through the whole thing, but you know, if you miss 1 or 2, don't worry about it. Okay, then you're going to chain 1. There's always a chain 1 in between. And then, okay, so you know where these, okay, right here. You see right here? And then right here, you'll see right here. Okay, over that double crochet, go into that and double crochet 1. Okay, this is first one. Chain 1, always a space in between. Now, you're going to have right here, this is the end, right? This is the beginning one. So I had that 5. So now I have this 1 right here. So make a 1, you got 1 chain for your space, and then go to the next one, and then double crochet, right? Chain 1, and then double crochet back in that hole because I'm on the last one, and then double crochet, and then chain 1. And remember now, when your skein is new, full, it's hard, so make sure you pull a lot, because that's why how your tension gets off when you're trying to pull it out of the skein when it's tight, because then you start getting tighter instead of loose. So you know, just do that, have a bunch of loose. Okay, so now I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn it around, double crochet in that, see there, right there, see right in there, see double crochet in there, double crochet, chain 1, then in this next double crochet in the middle. This is really a no-brainer. You can do this like watching a TV show. You don't have to see. Now I'm back up on this one here on all those poles. Okay, I'm just going to go to this row and then I'll be done. And then, so now here I'm at the end with the 2 on the top of this one, only 1. remember? Okay, so go into there, chain 1, but now it's that last one that where the 2 double crochet is, right? Get your chain 1 space there, leave that one open, and then go at the end 1 double crochet. That's all you're doing. Then chain 1 and double crochet in that same hole again, because we gotta have 2 there. Remember to get our triangle. Then 1, 2, 3, flip it over, and we're going to come back around. And now this one, because I changed 3 in turn, I'm only going to put 1 in here, because that would make me I have 2, because I chained 3 counted as my double crochet. So now I have 2 in the end, see, then chain 1, and then double crochet in those posts again, right here, chain 1, and then in the post again, and you keep going and you keep going until you're done. And then what I do is, let me finish this row. I'm going in the post, double crochet, chain 1 on the top of the post. You know, you decide where you want to do. You know, if your yarn is thick, you don't have to go through the main one. You know, just, I'll tell you, you won't notice. You can go on the top yarn. You can go however. Because it's such a thin, I try to get inside, so I have like all these other layers up, you know, right here. So I'll go into here instead. But if I had a thicker yarn, I could just go on that top one. But this one, if I wanted the top one, it'd be really stretchy. So I need some, and I'm crocheting really loose. And so I would just double crochet. You can crochet tighter, but you're gonna use more yarn, and it's gonna take you longer, and it's gonna be a heavier shawl. This is my whole idea on this. Is a prayer comfort shawl, so I want it nice and light and cool, that they can use it all year long, outside or inside, and it's not going to make you hot. It's not to keep you warm. So now I'm at the end here, right? So I put 1 in that top, but I got to add 1 more. So chain 1, okay, add my double crochet, and I go back into that same hole where that last post was, and so I have 2. Sorry, let's do it again. So I'm a double crochet here. Okay, so do you see that now? So I have 2 here, 2 here. I have 2 on all the ends, and then okay, now do you see, like, so now I'm starting to get my triangle, see? And it'll just, that's what the 2s do, okay? And it'll keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you decide that you're done. So like if you're making for a little kid, this can be adjusted so whatever size fits them. Like I said though, remember when we add the tassels, it's going to make it longer. So we'll look at this one that has the tassels on. See? So do you see how much more longer your shawl will be? Because I did 6-inch tassel. You do it too short, the tassels, they'll poof up. They're kind of weird. So find something. I found this was an insert in something. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, now I'm done. So what I do, because I'm going to put the tassels and I kind of want to finish this off, I could just end it and be done. But when you just end something when you crochet, this becomes so stretchy. You know, it's just kind of, I don't like it. So, and I have enough yarn, so with this pattern. So what I do is I just going to go in and I go around this whole thing and I decide how I'm going to do it. So usually, like, because this is the top, you have these big spaces. I would double crochet, not double crochet. I just go in and I do a single crochet and I put 2 single crochets in each of these holes right here. I go up here, I do 2 single crochet, 1, 2, I skip that chain there. I just go into the holes. This is that very top of the shawl where it wraps over you by your next part, right? Because that's where you're going to have these big squares right there. I think they call this, like, I don't know if this like a fishnet or a lover's knot or something. I kind of changed it, you know, as I went along, because I make a lot of these. Friends ask for it. Okay, now I'm at 2, and then now I'm at the end, right? So what I do at my ends, I will do like maybe 1, 2, 3. I do 3. I always do it odd. I do 3, or you can do 5 at the end. Now over here, you see, now this don't have those squares. So now you got to figure out, okay, well, how am I going to finish this up? What I do is I just look for a hole, and because it don't matter, you know, I just kind of want to, if I feel like it needs to have 2 single crochets in it, I do. If I feel like I need to you look at how you think your finished edge should look. I go into a hole, I'll do like 1 or 2. Well, now, okay, now this is the end, the bottom, right? At the bottom of the shawl. Keep this always here. That's why I say you won't know, because look, it all looks the same. So, all right, so what I do here when I get to this center, then I usually I'll put like 3 or 5. Depends how loose I started. If I started and my beginning was really loose, my beginning hole here, and I might put 5 single crochets, and I'll put lots of tassels down here like this, because it's the bottom. Let's see. So when I got to the bottom, I put them a little bit closer, like a whole bunch closer for my bottom, right there, because it's kind of making that turn right there. Do you see? Where these ones I went every other one with the tassels. Okay, so then you just come up and then you just finish it off with a slip knot. You know, I go into the hole. That's it. You can finish this in one night. What I suggest you do, I ran out of my prayer shawl bags that I made a while ago. I made 25, so this is my last one. So I've done 25 prayer shawls, gave it out. This is my last bag left. Someone donated this to me for me, and so now I have lots of fabric. As if you're a crafter, I know you do. So I have this cotton fabric. I'm gonna go cut this up today, and I'm just gonna brought my machine out, and I'm just gonna sew as many as I can, and then I have them done, because this is the most irritating thing to do. So get them done, so as you're doing them, you're done with your you can just give your prayer shawls. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you learned anything. If you have any questions, or you need me to give you the written pattern or anything else, let me know. All right, aloha.